Hello, I'm Gavin or Tweek.
Bro been in Japan and lost himself. What's good? It's
Man,
Marcus.
he's really
and Pink.
retired, man. He couldn't even do the intro. Shit.
What just happened?
Damn.
My name is Charles. Greetings.
I was trying to be cheerful.
Yeah. It's
Hello.
gotta be all whimsical.
It's Haz or Matt. What is this? Talk about bots.
I had
Hello.
to do the NPC greeting.
We really are. I love that we ran with that, by the way. I was just about to be like, we're so happy to have Gavin back, but I think you blew it right there. I think that's it. Welcome back, I guess. We are happy to have you back. You guys obviously out there, listeners, don't know about our pre-show talks. But Gavin really is he just simplifies things. He's like, all right, guys, here's what we should talk about. Because, me, Marcus, and Charles are all yappers, and we want to talk about what we want to talk about. Gavin's like, how about this? We're like, okay, he's the boss. So it's good to have Gav back. Not sure what we're going to talk about today. Not a lot has happened since you've been gone, Gavin. So, yeah,
it's kind of been whatever.
Boring
Might be a
news
short
week.
Recording. Yeah.
We're going to talk about Gavin. We're going to talk about everything Ultimate that's gone on. Big Japan trip, you coming back. We obviously covered a lot of the results from the Japanese tournaments, but obviously, as it is with Tweek Talks, having people on the ground there and really talking about the tournament itself, the vibes, whether it's me and Charles as casters, Marcus when he goes to a tournament every once in a while, or you obviously as a competitor, especially because this is some of your last tournaments as an Ultimate competitor, so to speak. So it'd be great to get your experience in all those. But how's everyone doing? We're going to start with Gav. Gav, how you doing, man? Welcome back. It is good to have you back.
Good. Travel back was brutal. I went from Fukuoka to Tokyo, Tokyo to Dallas, Dallas to Philly. Had a 3-hour delay in Dallas as well. There were children puking on the plane and people coughing, and I'm very sick. I'm still sick. I've been back for like a while, like a week, and I'm still sick. As honestly, a lot of people were telling me they kind of expected that to happen, knowing me. But yeah, I'm good. I had a couple really chill streams. The weather is starting to clear up here. It was pretty rainy for a few days, but it's really nice now. B and I are really excited for the Switch 2. Tiny's doing a lot better. She was doing really, really bad while I was gone, which was stressful. But she's doing pretty good right now. Yeah, not much, honestly. I've just been kind of boring.
I like how you looked at your phone and you were trying to get like a X amount of days or something like that, and you're like, a while.
It was just because it was longer than I thought. Because
plus the time differences.
I got home on like the 13th or 14th, and it's the 19th, and I'm like, damn, I'm still sick.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Probably COVID or something. I don't know.
Okay,
Maybe.
maybe. Why not?
If it's this obnoxious,
You do a test?
Yeah.
There's an easy way to figure this out.
nah.
Perfect.
or we could leave it up to speculation.
I mean, I haven't left my house.
I was gonna say, I guess
Big
it
Gav
doesn't
is
matter right
back.
now. No, Big Gav is back.
Gav knows the drill. Stay home, get some rest.
How's it going, Charles?
I got mixed.
There's just
You had
no
a
way.
feeling?
There's just no way y'all didn't get mixed by that.
Oh, I knew.
I didn't.
You
Yeah.
did not know.
Ain't
I
no
did not
way you
talk.
knew.
I did not know.
There's no way you didn't get mixed.
So yesterday, just a side quest story real quick. Yesterday, I was at work. I had to go to the Waianae dump to just dump trash or whatever. And a little kid walked up to me and called me Unk. It was a lot of life point damage I took. So yeah, that was
Excellent.
No,
I mean, you were driving to the dump, dude. That's like an Unk exclusive
True.
activity.
that
is
is an
true.
Unk exclusive activity. Yeah, so that hurt a bit, but it is what it is. And Gavin, might have to call you Unk now, man. You're retired. Unk Talks, man.
True. Welcome.
Yeah, you can join our podcast now.
But yeah, I had a pretty good week. I was a bit sad last week because my favorite player retired from the game, but it's okay.
Wait, Barris retired? I thought it was just Gavin.
Obviously I have a lot of ties to like Gavin and competing, so emotionally it was pretty rough for me. But I'm I think I am more of a friend than a fan to Gavin. So like whatever is best for him is like the best thing. So yeah, I mean, other than that, just work has been going good. Last week was actually crazy crunch time. I had to do like a 15-hour shift or something like that because it was just tenants were coming in and stuff like that. So a lot of work last week, but a lot less work this week, and I'm kind of front loading the amount of work I'm doing just so since I'm going to MomoCon and I'm leaving Thursday, so kind of just front loading some work. It reminds me of when I did a lot of YouTube work, like video editing and stuff. I would front load videos and like schedule them and then go out and travel and stuff. Kind of like reminds me of that. So yeah, I mean, work's been doing good and all that stuff, staying on schedule. What about you, Pink?
Okay, I was like, bro, if it's twice in a row, I'm actually giga mixed. Like that would have been next level. What?
And then I start the
Dang.
episode without asking you. Like, what?
Dang, I got no mix. Unk got no mix, bro.
Oh,
Shit.
no.
Unk's got no mix.
Yeah, I mean, it's mostly normal stuff. Life's good. has my anyway, life's good. Psalm's birthday is in 11 days. So
Wow.
that is really exciting. I know. But I guess by the time people are hearing this, it will be 9 days. So he's gonna be 2, which is really exciting. And it's funny because for his first birthday party, we went like crazy. We bought all this stuff, we invited a bunch of people, and after the party, we were like, we're not doing this again next year. Fast forward a year.
Oh,
Yeah.
Stacy's over here. Yeah, I think we should get this, and we should buy this, and we should do this. And I'm like, not again. Like, how is this happening? So
Yep.
Here we go. Another fun birthday party is for the kid. They say that won't remember it. Like, it's for her.
Hey,
Anyway,
no,
That's why you get video recording.
But I mean, obviously,
pictures are eternal, man.
That's
I
true.
still- yeah, like those
That's
are
true.
those are important. Yeah,
That's true. Yeah, I mean, I'll have the videos, the pictures. I have like 2,000 something on my phone of him.
Jeez.
Yes, my guy. So
Bro, spamming pictures.
yeah, that's exciting. And then life update, because I definitely keep mentioning it. I do have a job. I am employed now. I start on
Look it go.
I start
Let's
on
go.
June 2nd. And the funny thing about it is, I guess before everyone found out, Haz would be one of the first people to know, because I definitely use bro as a reference.
it's true. I wrote.
I was
you-
like,
Dang.
I had this thought. I was like, who
Bro.
is the most professional person I know?
That's scary as fuck, but W, I guess.
Wait, what? You're pretty important at your job, or that's what you said. I mean, that's
Well,
are you?
He is.
That's another unk alert is when you get asked to be a reference, man. That's another thing that makes me
True.
feel old. But it's like a compliment, but like
Damn.
unk at the same time, you know?
Yeah.
No one's asked me that. I wonder why.
Oh, see, you're
I'll put you down.
all right. We'll for our next job applications, we'll all put Gavin as a reference.
Don't
This will
give
be
that.
Patreon bonus content.
Yeah.
So what experience does this reference have?
That does this tweak have? Like,
Yeah. So that's life. People are probably like, Haz is a reference, or like, what is y'all like work relationship? Hello, podcast 4 years.
Podcast,
Ooh.
man.
Yeah,
Or
Even
4 years.
he's been doing it for 4 years, no?
what?
almost
Shut the
episode
fuck
200.
up. That's so crazy. God, that hurt me. That was just like
Yeah.
the unk scenario.
I've moved twice since we started doing this podcast.
Yeah, I mean, the easy math is we were almost at episode 200. There's 52 weeks in a year, so yeah, that's almost
Yeah.
4 years. Yeah.
And it's not like we go every week. And in the beginning, we were
Exactly.
in a very strange schedule. So, yeah, it might be around 4
Wow.
years.
Jeez.
Look at Haz immediately going to math. I like Pink's way of thinking. Like, how many times have we moved? Because
Yeah, hey,
we haven't have moved
Actually
yet.
true.
because Chuck, where did you live when we start? See?
Not
California.
Hawaii.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I moved too, actually.
You moved
True.
too.
Yeah, everyone moved except Gavin. So until
Gavin
Gavin
moved
moves, we
locations
haven't
in his
really
group.
gone that far.
He did. Yeah, if you
Yeah.
pull up episode whenever I joined, it's a totally
This room
different
has changed a
situation, yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Oh, yeah.
desk location has been moved.
Sometimes B is just like, we're changing everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
It'd be
All
like
right.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
It's nice. Refreshing.
Oh, well, all right. Yeah, that's everything for me. And now it's time for Haz to bring it in.
I thought you were gonna say start the episode, which would have been good.
That would have
Same
been good
thing.
mix. Good mix. Yeah. Just ignore Haz.
For me, it was a perfect sports weekend, I have to say.
Oh, I just realized what you're wearing.
Yeah.
Terrible sports
Yeah.
weekend. So bad.
This
Perfect.
guy is sportsed out, man. Holy
I am
crap.
sportsed the fuck out. Just fantastic. That's all I'll say. From the Bronx to Madison Square Garden. We just know, it's all good. It's all good. I can't wait to watch. It is really fun, actually. Momo is, I always say this, one of my favorite tournaments has been since Smash 4. And one of the reasons why is because we have the conference finals going on while the tournament's going on. So we get to every night, usually a group of us is watching at the bar and just like
true.
whatever.
We always,
It's really
Yeah,
fun,
yeah.
man. Like it's a thing that we're all like at least a little bit into. So it's really fun.
I remember that fast break, Jimmy Butler 3 attempt, and it just didn't go in.
Bro, it was a good shot. I don't care what nobody says.
Oh yeah.
I respected
Dude,
it.
people were like, he had more time. The lane was open. It was a good shot. It just didn't go in.
It just didn't go in, man.
Yep.
Happens.
I'll never forget that shot. B and I were watching outside, and it was like a nice little area, like a restaurant vibe. It was cool.
Nice.
Like outside the hotel.
I'm telling Momo, like truly is a super fun tournament, especially because
was
it's
fun.
attached to the convention. And a lot of y'all are anime nerds, so there's Yu-Gi-Oh stuff for sale there. There's always something to do. It's a nice area. You're thinking, but we definitely hunted down Yu-Gi-Oh stuff last year. I remember doing it for a long time.
I believe you. I have a bad memory.
Yeah.
I think that was when I started buying like Goat and Edison cards
Yes,
too.
you
It's
were
all starting to
both
come to. Yeah.
running 8 miles a day for Yu-Gi-Oh cards. But yeah, everything's good, man. Everything's good. I was the job thing with Marcus was funny because he sent me. I knew. So first off, it was weird because the job, like the recommendation thing is like it should only take you 5 minutes, and I looked. I'm like, ain't no way this is taking me 5 minutes. Like, come on, that's my guy. I'm not taking 5 minutes on it. What do you mean 5 minutes? So I sent Marcus what I wrote. It was all nice and true. And then he sent me that he got it, and I seriously like popped off, and I called him. Marcus answers the phone. He goes, "Bro called me." It's all he said when he answered the phone. I was like, "I'm so excited for you! Like that's so awesome."
Bro called me.
That was so funny. I don't think I've ever had anyone answer the phone like that for me, which is very funny. So it was just a good week.
Harrison
overall,
has
man.
me calling, bro.
Yes, we do, and we call
Wow.
each other too, which is
It
hilarious.
must be like a Northeast thing or something.
I think it's
No, it's not.
It's like no. My wife hates it, dude. Like it's tough. Like, cause she's not a phone caller at all, and I very much am. I think it's like a people who like to talk type thing, because that's me in Paris for sure. I'd say that's where we have.
Stace calls people.
True. She's a talker.
Yapper.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Anyway, so I had a great week, is what I would say. What else is there to say? I was excited to hop on and do the podcast and talk about having Gavin back and all that stuff, and I'm excited to get to the episode. Yeah, all's good. I'm very excited for Momo, and let's get at it. So, tell us about because dude, texting you because Gavin and I text pretty frequently, and you were gone for like 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, some shit. That's crazy. First off, that's the longest I've ever been gone from home too. So that's crazy. Yeah. And then the time zone change was wild. We were like 2 ships past. Like we text each other and like randomly sometimes at like 8 or 9 p.m. one of us would still be up or whatever. On the opposite side. So it was hard catching up with you. So I'm actually excited just to hear about your trip to Japan in general, because we haven't really gotten a chance to talk about it yet. So floor is yours.
Yeah. So when I got there, Mute was on my flight.
Oh, nice.
So shouts to Mute for entirely navigating me to my hotel, which is I'm so terrible on my own. So that was helpful. We went out to eat, and it was actually debatably my favorite meal of the whole trip, which is kind of cool that it was the first one. It was very memorable. I don't know. We had a nice time. I liked the location. And we had a nice talk and everything. I thought it was a really good start to the trip. I had a lot of time to myself, and I'm really introverted. But I went on a couple walks. I got B like a little gacha thing, like a Dragon Quest slime. I found like a card shop and just looked around. I never like buy anything for myself and I either buy nothing or I spend like $1,000. And that trip was like I bought nothing for myself. Not a
It's
single thing.
crazy.
Because I knew like I had to like fly within Japan to another tournament. And I was just dreading that so much that I just didn't want to
Carry more stuff.
Yeah, I just wanted to keep it in control as much as I could. I went to a local and, the second I got there, I was in Family Mart and someone recognized me and they were very like shy and they like whispered like Kagaribi fight. It's just very adorable.
They might
I don't
watch.
know. And it was probably the most pictures and autographs I've ever done for like a trip or like a tournament across like all those events. Like it was just everyone was very happy to see me and I really appreciate that. I went to a local and round one I'm playing like really, really good players that are in like business suits, like they just got off work. Like it was pretty cool. I'm like, damn, you just got off work and you're like trying to time me out. Like,
yeah, the culture's insane, right? I respect it. I love that shit.
Dude, the Japanese salarymen going to arcades and like smoking cigarettes, like playing Third Strike.
Yeah,
what a vibe! Like I just, I love it. It's so good.
It's not just a Smash thing. That's what I like about it because it started with FGC stuff, right? Like with the arcade culture and things like that. So the fact that kind of culture carried over to Smash, and I think most of us, or I mean, maybe even more old school Smashers too, are very into watching FGC stuff. So seeing the parallels must be. I mean, I've seen it for myself, so it's really cool. But it must have been really cool for you to see too, Gavin.
Yeah, and Real taking me around made my life easier, and hanging out with him was great. Like, just made it easier to get like comfortable and loose and just have fun, joke around. Like, and I would kind of just see people randomly because so many people were there for Kagaribi that, like, I was out for a walk with Lucky, the Piranha Plant player, and AJ, who was doing like a lot of filming and stuff. It was great to meet him. We went out to eat. We're like out in the street. It's like, oh, there's Leo, Chag, Big Boss, like
that was the squad.
Like stuff like that. Like I knew it was gonna happen, and it's cool that it actually did. And then going into Kagaribi, like I just felt very comfortable. Like I already had a routine going. My schedule was good. I'd wake up in the morning and like NBA playoffs were happening, which was very interesting, but pretty
good timing.
I just never watched the basketball game at 8:30 in the morning, but like a live one. But yeah, I even went to a Smash Fest before Kagaribi. I saw like Rain, which is like a crazy throwback game. I even played a little bit of Smash with him.
That's cool.
What character does he play? Cloud?
Aegis.
That makes sense. His
gameplay is very like it makes a lot of sense. Like it's very simple, textbook, like efficient, like yeah, I played a lot with Kameme, which is really cool because awesome, I never played Kameme in tournament in either game.
Damn, that's so crazy. Every time you say that, I get re-surprised. Like I
had like a long session with him that was like recorded and like everyone was spectating and we were having a good time. I felt like I had a good balance of playing with the NA players and the Japanese players at that fest. So I felt pretty good going into Kagaribi, which was nice because I hadn't felt good about Smash until that moment, honestly.
Was that the same day, like the one with the crew battle?
No.
That was a different one.
Yeah, this was before the boot camp thing.
Goodness.
Ooh. And then there was the boot camp thing where that was probably the funniest thing that happened the whole trip because we were kind of all playing, so I didn't even know what the crew battle situation was. They just came up and said it was my turn. So I play Zachary, and then I play against Tease Pac-Man, and then I play against Duck Hunt, and then I play against Ice Climbers, and it was like it was funny because apparently NA was doing so well. They kind of made this situation where they're like, all right, we're gonna give ourselves extra stocks
Yeah.
just for the hell of it, because we're getting like destroyed. And they just kept sending like bad matchups at me. And somehow I was winning, which was so funny. So that was a good time. Bro, that venue was actually ridiculous. They had like, is it Zeta or Zeta? Zeta?
I'm not sure.
They had
I'm
Zeta
not sure
Division
either.
water, like branded water in the
They're the real
fridge.
deal.
And they
Wow.
had like catered food and like snacks. And I'm like, bro, this shit is like legit.
Oh yeah, they don't fuck
They're
around.
a real
up there.
deal.
A
And
bunch
bro,
of
you
setups.
I think this happened while you were there, Gavin. You saw they signed Takara, by the way, as a content creator.
I did not see that.
You didn't?
That's
Obviously,
dope,
I
bro.
got you, bro.
That's
Goat.
dope.
That's my goat. I know, he's so cool. Anyway.
It was just, that was cool. The more we're talking about it, the more I realize like my trip was just fully dedicated to Smash, which is fine. I think that's the right way to go, considering it was like my last tournaments too. Like I didn't get to do that much outside of Smash, but I don't really regret it. I put a lot of effort into Smash that trip. Yeah, and I guess after that was Kagaribi. I went to the pre-local just to hang out, and I played some friendlies. The venue was very nice and spacious. Lots of setups. It definitely felt like a big deal. The whole vibe in the tournament felt like a big deal. But I mean, the bracket went well. I didn't play any weird matchups really. I played against Link, and that went really well. And then I played against Harry/Ike, and that went really well. And then I played against Greninja, I think, and I really liked that matchup. I don't think that highly of Greninja. I know some people do, and I also think Diddy Kong beats Greninja pretty bad. So I don't know. I've never thought that highly of Greninja. And then after that, I think was Rob. So I think the hardest matchup in all of that is like Link, technically for me. And then I think that was getting into phase 2. And then my phase 2 was against Naucha in the mirror match. And this was the first time like something had caught me off guard in the whole tournament. Because he hit me with raw forward smash 3 times, I think.
Yeah, you were getting punched. I was like, what?
He had very interesting use of forward smash just as like a get the second hit. Or
I was about to
like,
say this. It was only the second hit. which
yeah,
was
like
weird.
the move is like frame 12, and he was kind of
That's
just
pretty
hitting me
fast.
with it and closing out stocks, and I was like, it's interesting. I don't know how much I would do that myself personally, but I didn't like disagree with it either. But that set went really well. I think I had an advantage the whole time. He did switch to hero at the end, and I had no idea he played hero, so that kind of sucked for a second. But I don't think his hero. I don't think he has that much experience. I was told with it. So, and also I feel like I played the matchup well. And then, hey, now we're getting pretty far into it.
Bayonetta? Was that Bayonetta, or did you?
Yes, I think
Yeah.
that was to finish for the day. The mirror match.
That was day one.
Yeah, my first match of day 2 was the Bayonetta player. I remember
Yeah.
that because I didn't eat or warm up before the match. So I remember being a little nervous about going into the day and the setup was having issues, and it was like, yeah, but that went fine. Bayonetta has been tricky for me, but if Diddy Kong plays it well, it should just be fine.
Yeah. I was in chat like he's gonna lose. He's missing everything, and Aaron just was like, "No, it's fine. He's just warming up. It's inputs. It's fine." And I was
Yeah,
like,
it
"All right,
definitely
you're right
was
here."
warming up for sure.
So that makes sense that you didn't warm up, because I was like,
No.
"Oh no, bro, can't be playing like this for today." Like, no, because
Yeah,
everybody
not
else
today.
was like losing, and I was like, "Come on, man!"
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, everyone was falling. We had so many fallen soldiers.
Yeah. Yikes,
Yeah,
dude.
I'll get more into that too, like my perspective of that.
Nice.
And
Yeah,
at that
and the
point,
coaching too. Like I think it's because I think
yeah.
you coached a couple players too, which was dope.
Oh yes. Yeah, I would. That was fun. And at this point, we're getting pretty far into the bracket, right?
Yeah.
I think snow is when it starts kicking up.
Is that the
That's
next one? Was it snow?
was
don't
it the Bayo into snow, or
Have I
you
messed
might
up
have
the
had one
order or
more.
anything?
Just no.
Just go
Yes.
I
just
think
say
so.
the matches you remember.
Yes,
though.
because
You
I
don't
think
have
you're
to pull up
supposed
the
to play level 1 into snow. You ended up playing the Bayonetta into snow.
Yes. Apparently, Toon Link Bayonetta is like garbage. So
Oh.
that's what I was told by Japanese people. So
I mean,
I don't.
cool.
I
Aerial
mean,
Ace
sure.
sounds
I
good.
Toon Link is not that good.
Sure.
Bayonetta is pretty good. There you go.
Sure.
Hold on.
Sure.
Toon Link's great.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah.
I don't think so. But
I mean, we're Toon Link mains. We're optimists. All good.
Right. We're
bro,
delusional.
I was
Toon
playing
Link
Toon
mains.
Link
Yeah.
in Smash 4 a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Get ready for the SmashCon picture this year. Toon Link SmashCon picture.
Ooh,
They better not snub us again, bro. I'm gonna be
True.
pissed. I'll be there, dude.
The snow set was weird. It kind of reminded me of a set I had with Karama at Watch the Throne that was like game 5 last hit. There's something about me versus Mario where I like it doesn't matter how bad it goes. I always win somehow. Snow just has good discipline, and I think you need to play the matchup really slow as Mario if you want to beat Diddy Kong. And I think he played the matchup well. It's not really about blowing Diddy Kong up, I don't think. It's like a bonus if you can get it. You gotta like hold the lead, be annoying, like take advantage of platforms and full hop heights and fireballs, and like just make Diddy Kong like have to rely on stray hits and stuff. But yeah, I remember thinking that set shouldn't have been as close as it was, but I got cheesed like a couple times, which is like kind of par for the course versus Mario.
Which is pretty impressive, though. I think
I think my
very
DI
good at
got
not
caught on a
doing
down
that.
air. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think you're usually very good at not getting cheesed, but
Yeah.
he
You
caught
don't
you
get
like
up
once with a
smashed.
DI cross up and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like I feel like you
I
make
just lost
Mario
my
players
lead,
work really hard
yeah,
for stocks.
exactly. I just lost
Did you
my
get up
lead.
smashed at all? I think you got up smashed one time. And I
Yeah,
thought to myself,
that never
bro
happened.
might actually lose this. Like, because once the up smash happened, I was like, bro never gets hit by up smash. It was like game 5 or something too. I'm like, no. I
Yeah.
don't remember what game it was.
It was a very exciting set. Very fun.
Yeah, there's just a couple things where if I like slightly waited on the ground longer before I jumped, or if like just stuff like that, it probably would have been a bit better for me, but I won anyways, I guess. Yeah, that matchup is still pretty good. And then I think it was Shuton.
Dormigi.
Oh, Dormigi, and it was like pretty quickly after the set with Snow. And that one was also a little awkward. Like game 1 was very clunky from my perspective. Like it felt like kind of awkward, and I barely won. And I feel like the more we played, the more in control I felt, and the more comfortable I got. And I think our second set was kind of like that too, where there was awkward moments, but I was able to make the most of them because I wasn't dropping games to the awkwardness. Like I was getting away with it. So it gave me like a bit of extra insurance because now I start playing better and I'm still winning the games when I wasn't playing that well. But he did win a game in losers. But yeah, Dormigi, I win that 3-0. I think it was the second and third game I think that were good. The first game was not. So I don't know. The third game for sure. The third game for sure. Wait, yes. And then Futon. And that one was like really close, I think. Like just lots of last hits. Did he win the first game?
I don't know, but it was a lot of last hits.
Yeah. Honestly, it's been like that for a while now. I just managed to actually drop a set at Genesis. And even though my record with him is so good, like I've won a lot of last hit clutch games versus him.
Yeah, it's not like you've 3-0 free him up
over
every
the
single
years.
time, and like
Yeah.
it's just they're down to the wire. He's a very good player.
The thing
and he's
about
been a
Diddy
good player
Kong
for long.
Olimar is like they kind of destroy each other, but when it comes to the last hit scenario, the fact that Olimar dies to down tilt so early and so consistently
Yeah, it's huge.
in tournament, like it's in tournament especially, just feels like so reliable. And he doesn't out of shield the down tilt pressure that well either because he's a tether grab character. So I can kind of get away with like brute forcing it or trying to like once in a while a little bit. And then like the up smash killing him is just it helps a lot.
Yeah, I know when you were first getting into playing Diddy Kong a lot, you would tell me that the Diddy Kong community feels like Olimar does well versus Diddy Kong,
Yeah.
and you felt the opposite. I mean, how do you like? You know, it's been so long with you competing with Diddy Kong and playing against players like Shuton and many other Olimar players, right? So, how do you feel about that matchup now? Are you still on the side of like Diddy slight advantage, or you feel like maybe more even?
I think even or something is fair. It's
Yeah,
like
okay.
I think I'm really good at it. But Diddy Kong gets a lot of extra damage and the edge guard, maybe even a kill, like early kill sometimes. And once again, like killing with down tilt at like 100% consistently is like
A
huge.
godsend for Diddy Kong. Like that's not the case for most matchups.
And if you execute well, even though Olimar gets a lot of damage in like the scrappy scenarios, like you can really bully him. And if he commits to an option, you can just like punish things over and over and over again. You just can't contest with like the sword down air sometimes. That was honestly one of the problems in the set. It was same problem I had with Snow, where I was just jumping a little too quickly when I saw a visual cue. If I just waited a little longer, nothing bad would have happened to me. But yeah, it feels like it's one of those matchups where like they just do so much damage to each other, and it eventually becomes a last hit.
Yeah.
And I think Diddy Kong is a little better at it, surprisingly. Olimar might be better at getting the damage in like a chip scenario, but I think Diddy Kong's a bit better at finishing it. Yeah, it's pretty much it. I don't disagree with why Olimar might win the matchup. Like it is, he's kind of bad at getting Pikmin off him, and he can be kind of obvious if he tries to flip kick the Pikmin. And just using banana horizontally can be pretty tough. But
I think for your
overall,
play style, you value a lot just getting the stock, because the sets that I see you struggle in personally is when you can't nail the stock and your opponent's at like 150, 180, and you're like, oh, there's at such high percent, I don't want to go for a riskier option. So you keep going for safe options and they play around that. So I think for you as a player, if as long as you can seal the stock out at sub 130, that's a huge W for you, because the rest of your gameplay is so rock solid.
yeah, it's also like I said, if Olimar picks a decision and Diddy Kong is like in a spot to punish it, like he just gets the job done. Like oh, you finally like jumped out of shield and picked something like up tilt, like kill you at 140, like stuff that isn't usually that easy. Like there's some matchups where like characters will pick an option and like I can't punish it until they pick like 2 or 3 things after or some.
Robert.
Yeah, or
Game on.
Olimar's decisions like aren't as layered. The neutral is more layered. He's like blocking the banana and he's making it difficult. But once like we're playing, it's very like we just take turns and it's very traditional. Like when we pick an option that like it's your turn now. And Diddy Kong's a little bit better at keeping the tempo in that scenario, in those scenarios. Like just because of like down tilt, like short, like double back air and a short hop. Like Olimar never has like he can't pick 2 decisions in an instant. It's always one decision. So it's like once you get in, you make the most of it. But yeah, I won that set. And honestly, our Kowloon set was the same set. It was the same set. Like just last hit games, and it's just, Diddy Kong's a little bit better there, I think. And I think Shuton was for top 8. And then I played Acola. And honestly, I don't remember the set too well. I just remember my pacing was good, and I felt like I was putting pressure on Acola and making him play poorly. Like I was just playing like a good balance of like, oh, am I gonna get risky or am I gonna play like slightly outside of your range? And that's what I want to do versus Steve when I play versus Steve. And sometimes it makes it go worse, or sometimes it makes you get like a like a lot of momentum. It's like a risk.
Interacting with the wall, man. There's so many scenarios where it's like eventually you have to interact with this wall, but
Yeah,
if the Steve player knows exactly when you're going to interact with the wall, that's when the forward smash comes through, the dash attack, right? It's like there's so there's so much advantages for Steve, and these options do get KOs really early. Like I personally felt, and I know me and Pink were talking about this when we were restreaming on the Throne, we felt like the Final Destination game was really strong. We felt like you played really well on Final, and it felt like the stage, you had a lot of space, and he
yeah.
was creating his own platforms. But yeah, I guess we were pretty surprised on the Smashville counter pick. But I mean, I thought you overall played the
I want to
matchup
get
great.
into that really badly.
Okay.
Excellent.
So FD, last time I played on FD versus Steve was I had a couple sets with Syrup where I like reset the bracket. It went really well, and then I lost the second set at like a Tri-State Showdown, maybe it was called. Like,
Yeah, like a regional. And
yeah, it was like a good bracket. I played against like Zomba and Jackal, and I had a game on FD versus Syrup that went super well, and it kind of changed my idea of stages a little bit to the point where I expected him to pick FD and I was okay with it, and I thought I would win, and I pretty much did.
You should have won the FD set, but forward smash.
Honestly, my biggest regret isn't the air dodge. My biggest regret in that set is the Smashville pick. So here's the thing. I get why like everyone in the crowd wanted me to pick Smashville, and even my coach at like Eco wanted me to pick Smashville. I did not want to pick Smashville. I actually banned Hollow. And I understood why they wanted it on paper, but my current style against Steve, I did not want to play on Smashville, but I just did
what's the plus? Like, explain it. What are the pluses of Smash? I would love to hear like what.
Well, there's the obvious material stuff.
The materials.
Okay.
And like, I can't remember exactly, but I like a plus could be like the fact that my aggression was like the reason I was doing well in the set. Like I was making him uncomfortable and like kind of mauling him a little bit, which is kind of the goal with Diddy Kong, especially if you take materials away from Steve.
Okay.
But
you have barrels though. But here's just a quick interjection. I think Diddy is strong, or not maybe like strong in the matchup, but I think a strong tool any character has versus Steve, if you have a high damaging move, yes, you do 6 damage to yourself, but you can deal a good amount of damage to stone and iron blocks. So I personally think that's something that you could take advantage of. But if you wanted to go more in the angle of like, I want to use my normals to KO the blocks, then that makes sense to go to something like a wood stage. But even, yeah, it's just, I don't know.
Nothing to do with the walls, really. I just think, especially for Acola specifically, I don't think Acola is too strong versus Diddy Kong, because his gameplay can be very stationary, and I don't think you can take advantage of that too well on Hollow and Smashville, because the platform gives him protection without him having to do anything about the matchup.
Right, and he's just staying center stage, so he's controlling the strongest area in the stage.
But if the middle of the stage is open, I'm able to take advantage of Acola standing still in certain positions, whether it's horizontally or vertically. Because when Steve doesn't have walls, it can be hard for him to jump around and like play Smash traditionally, and Diddy Kong can take advantage of that. Banana and Monkey Flip become like traditionally strong. Like you just play the matchup like a normal matchup, like you're fighting Bowser or something. The walls obviously change things. And against Acola specifically, all of my success versus him has been because of that. And you just can't do it that well. I banned Hollow and figured he wouldn't pick Smashville because it should be my counter pick. So that's why I regret picking a game 5, but I kind of just listened to the advice. And I don't blame them or anything.
Yeah.
Like I just think because they didn't know, they don't even know why. They probably don't know as well as I do, like why the set was close in the first place. So But yeah, that's I think the open middle is very important. Was important for me at least in that moment.
Yeah.
Who knows what it would be like the next time or something. And yeah, that was it. I don't remember some of the in betweens as well. There was a PS2 game where I could have closed it out 3-1. I think like I had a couple scenarios, but the wall kind of got in the way to like finish it out. I think. But I played all right. Just like I think I get a little antsy versus Steve when like I'm about to close it out, just because he makes it so hard to close it out.
I mean, you're at kill percentage at 0.
Like I like especially because they slow it down, they slow it down, they slow it down.
Yeah.
They're getting more and more materials. Like, it's kind of how it plays out. The more pressure you put on them, and then after that, I played Dormigi again. And it's funny because in winners, I think it was just a dramatized version of the winner set where the low points for us were worse and the higher points for us were better. Like my leads were even better than before. I'd actually dropped the game instead of not dropping any games before. Like, it kind of felt like a top 8 version of our winner set. And then versus Mia, that was definitely the worst set I had of the whole trip. Like, he kind of just destroyed me, honestly. It's just, you know what? This is what I said. I think it was to B when I got home. What people think Kazuya is in Smash is what Mia is in Smash. The 0 to death might not be true, and it might not be as quick, but it is way better, and it is really efficient, and it might as well be Kazuya. Is like what I'm saying. Like when Mia hits you, you are dead. Like you're dead. So I just never got a chance to play. I don't remember the set too well. To be fair, I didn't play the matchup too well. I was too airborne, which is always my problem if I lose the Game & Watch. But yeah, he destroyed me. Like, the biggest thing about Diddy Kong Game & Watch is I feel like it's supposed to be good for Diddy, but Bucket changes.
I was about to say I don't see it.
Bucket changes the way the matchup is played so drastically to a point where he just gets close because of Bucket. And something like Smash 4, you kind of just preemptively wall him out with forward airs and banana. And there isn't a situation where it's like, oh, throwing this banana is like bad. But you're kind of waiting a lot more because of the threat of Bucket reflecting. So he gets too close too often. And yeah, that was Kagaribi. Honestly, it felt weird because everyone was losing. Like all of my peers were just losing. Like,
Very early.
I did coach Paris in one of his sets, and I obviously have never done that before. I've never coached Paris. We've talked a lot. We've played a lot. But I just want to say how fun that was because I'm sure all of you guys have had experience with this where, like, if you're talking to one of the best players in the world and you tell them to do something, how immediate
Yes.
they apply it, and they might even apply it better than what you imagined. Everything I told him, he just did it. And not only did he do it, he understood why it's like they understand it when they actually do it in the game. They're like, "Oh, snap, like I see why you said to do that." Like basically I just told him like,
and then they add more layers onto the base
Yeah,
concept,
yeah.
which is hype.
yeah.
You're like, oh shit, okay.
I've seen this with you, Gavin, then also experienced the other end in Unite where you don't listen to me at all.
Oh, yeah.
Very frustrating.
let me stack here. Let me stack.
It's the opposite
Scores
experience.
30
Don't take my creep. There it goes. Okay. The next one, maybe. I'm stacking. Don't dunk. Oh, all right. He's dunking. All right. There you go. You got it, man. You got it.
Like
Anyway.
it was basically versus this Nest player. I told him like, when the Nest is like picking decisions, he's like responding immediately instead of like tracking better. And like hit something about his ledge trapping I told him to do, and he just did all of it in one, and it was cool. He would have won anyway, but it was fun. It was fun.
Those were some close games.
Yeah,
Let's
it was just
rock
fun
road
to
and
coach
just
like
win these.
someone that's a freak of nature at the game.
It's good coaching. You're giving him all the credit.
And that's your
You're
boy.
natural,
Like,
yeah.
That is
That's-
my boy, bro.
so
course.
yeah, like it's like I think stuff like that's super cool.
It was a cool memory. Like coaching Mute, Paris and I were just like
That show was funny.
we were kind of like trying to like create a game plan before we had to coach, and it also like goes to show like how specific your coaching has to be like per individual. I was like, okay, I know Mute. I probably know Mute way better than Paris does. And I was like, all right, we're not gonna just go up there and start like blah, 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 blah. Like we have to keep it chill. We have to like keep it reserved and say what we want to say. And I was like, Paris, like maybe you should let me do it because I feel like you're just gonna like start spamming. It's just interesting. Like I've never been in that scenario where I'm like trying to coach and also like make sure I'm like being caring towards the individual and like doing what I think works for them. So I was trying to coach Mute more like how I would coach myself. And then I was trying to coach Paris how I would coach Paris because I know Paris. Like for Paris, I was just like it's like simplified and like you can say whatever you want. Like you can call him an asshole if you want. Like he'll handle it. Like
Yeah.
like that's kind of one of the best things about him is like he's very resilient, go with the flow, like say whatever you need to do, he'll get it. So that was fun.
So question.
And being coach as well was also different. Like when's the last time I did that? Like it's been probably like since I started playing the game, since I was like coached mid-set.
How'd you
So
feel about coaching?
good. I'm always worried though. Like shout outs to Eco. We've been working together for a while. This isn't like spur of the moment or anything for Kagaribi. And he also plays Diddy Kong himself and stuff. And I was nervous because coaching me is not easy. And I knew if we were in
Why
the middle,
not?
I knew if we were in the middle of the set and I didn't want to talk to anyone, I was worried about those moments. But I think I did a good job at Kagaribi. I was receptive. I listened. Like I didn't, go to losers and start ignoring anyone. Like I didn't do
I
any
almost
of that.
don't like the fact that you listened though.
I know, dude. You can't win because
I'm
then
not-
you're
okay.
like, you know what?
I've been
gonna
doing
be
this
open-minded.
myself for like 10 years, like stubborn. Yeah, like I know.
Well-
The only thing I regret listening to is Game 5 stage. But at the same time, I respect how even though Eco knows this, he still doesn't regret telling me. Like he wanted me to do that. Like
right. There's
I
nothing.
kind of
wrong with
love that about it as well, where like you do something like it's like a split-second game. Like you need to pick something and like die on the hill. So I respect
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But yeah,
Just from my experience coaching you, it's like I remember one of the first times that you just straight up didn't do what I said, and it was like I remember it very clearly. It was like right in the beginning of me coaching you, because before even getting into TSM, I remember I coached you for free. I was like, hey man, I really want to coach you, and like we'll do like a month. And I'll just like we'll see if we connect or whatever, right? And I remember us studying like Gluto Evo VODs and shit and talking about the bike way back then and how like important this is for the character, and lo and behold, it's the backbone of Gluto's gameplay and stuff like that. But so then we start coaching, and then I tell you not to go Wolf against Dark Wizzy, right? Because I was like, yeah, he like grinds with a lot of good Wolf players, and then Gavin's just like, well, he's not the best Wolf, and then he just locks in Wolf and just shits on Dark Wizzy with Wolf, and I'm like, oh shit, all right. So like I already knew what kind of player I was dealing with in that sense, right? Because like for me, Void was also stubborn, but in like you two were stubborn in different ways, in very different ways.
Yeah.
So for me, I would even like we never got to do too much mid-set coaching because that was already gone by the time I was on TSM. I think a lot of coaching is before, but even then, whenever I coached you after that like Wolf incident, I was like, okay, I can give Gavin the on paper answer and be like, hey, this is what I personally think on paper with all of like the studying I do of the game.
Yeah.
But I know you're not a very on paper kind of person, even though you see Gavin and he's very technical and stuff, he's not very on paper. His vision of the game, I would say, is like, he tries to fast forward his vision of the game like a couple years from now. So it's like, okay, people aren't doing this, but this is better, and it will show in like, 1 or 2 years or whatnot. So Gavin's has a lot of future sight when it comes to Smash. So when coaching you, I would always be like, okay, here's the on paper answer. What do you think of it? I always wanted your perspective on things, because the more I understood your perspective, the more I could suggest things maybe that would go more with how you're approaching the game in the matchup. Because even like when me and Pink were watching the set, we were both like, FD, even though you lost on FD, we were like, that was the best stage pick
Like, bro, go back to
of the
FD,
entire
FD.
set.
Game 5, I was like, please go back to FD.
Right. And like the way you were playing on FD, and even just like, I understand the Smashville perspective of like the resource and stuff, but Smashville is the smallest stage, right? So when you're when you're aggressing on Steve, you need space, because if you don't have space, then you're interacting with Minecart and Anvil. So like, to me, scrunching the
specifically
stage size,
middle too, I think.
It's I think the middle platform
you
plays
get
a big
above the
part of it, but
minecart more often with nothing in your way, and like the middle is so important, and especially in that set, it felt like the middle was important.
yeah, just and noticing when you feel comfortable, I think, is a very big deal when coaching you specifically, because like, just from my experience, I am like one of the most on paper Smash dudes out there, and you guys can attest for that. But when coaching Gavin, I would just tell him what the on paper is, in terms of like, hey, this is what I feel like it is. But yeah, like, it just felt like you were comfortable on FD. That's just the vibes were there on
I
FD,
started
is the way I would explain it.
or in the Japan trip, I really started separating things around the middle area of the stage being open or not. That was kind of my flow chart.
Interesting. Okay.
It worked for me. And then I had a few days to myself. After Kagaribi, I publicized that I was probably gonna stop playing, which was hard. But like, after the tournament finished, it's not like whether I wanted to or not. Like, I just felt like it was right, so I just did it. Sorry to everyone that was a surprise to.
I thought you were capping at first.
Like-
I'm not gonna lie. I
Like
was
your
like,
three co-hosts who you've known for 10+ years.
Yeah,
were like,
sorry.
Wait, what is this?
Sorry.
Well, it's
sorry
okay.
to be.
Yes, that's a big one.
I'm still dealing with the consequences of not really telling anyone. But yeah, it just felt right. It's hard to tell. It's hard to talk about why I'm done. It's like a million reasons, and it's so big. And at the same time, it's like I don't even really know. It's not like I want to. Like, okay, whatever. Moving on. But yeah, I made the post. And I had a few days to myself, going into Kowloon, which was nice. But this is where I was officially homesick, especially because like I wasn't really hanging out with anyone. I was kind of just going to Family Mart and sleeping and reading a lot. But I thought it was a good prep for Kowloon. Looking back at it, like I usually do really well at tournaments where I'm like by myself for a significant amount of time.
Dude, I'm so glad you said that, because we were texting before you took off for Kagaribi, and after Level Up, it was tough because Level Up was not a good tournament for you, obviously.
Yeah.
And I said to you, I was like, I truly think this trip could be an amazing one for you, and not just like, because when shit's not good, I'm not going to be like, yeah, you're good, man. I was like, no, I really think like you're going to be alone, and like you're going to be there in competitor mode. I'm not going to be there being an idiot, and like, Charles, and we're not going to be there hanging out until 4 in the morning or whatever. It's a good there's great food there, like a good especially for someone, you have your sensitive stomach and all that stuff. It's a good opportunity to eat some good food, to rest, and really, just be on the other side of the planet and disconnect from everything you have going on and just focus on competing. And I was like, because I really thought about it, because you said that to me. You're like, you said how you're feeling stressed about competing in the tournaments and all that stuff. And I really thought about it. And I was like, I think the same thing. The tournaments that you did best at are where you just locked in, and that's hard to do when there's so many things going on around you.
Yeah, I looked back to like the most recent Miami event, where I was at a different hotel than everyone else. I would wake up early, eat breakfast, work out, like just barely talking to anyone, barely just by myself.
Pro is locked in.
Yeah. Um so going into Kowloon, it was very reserved. Um yeah, just a couple hour flight. Um I took a taxi to my hotel. Finally met up with Ryuo. We went out to eat. Yeah, and when I got there, it just felt very I felt zero pressure about it. I wasn't nervous that it was my last tournament. I didn't I wasn't worried about how good or bad I was gonna play. It really felt like just a regional in there. It was way different than Kagaribi. Um, Not that it wasn't stacked and like a really crazy event, but I just didn't feel any pressure or anything.
Bro, I thought you were going DK.
I thought about it genuinely. My plan going into the event was to kind of just like flex around characters based around matchup and just like kind of play all the characters I've played over the years just for fun and but like seriously try to win while doing it. But by the time it started, I picked Diddy Kong in my first match and
Oh, GG's.
once I picked him, like I'm just picking him the whole time. My first set was against Dark Pit. I'm playing Diddy Kong every day of the week in that one. Like, God, I'm trying to remember who did I play. Second set. I don't know. At one point, I had to fight Isabel, which was tough. I heavily considered going not Diddy Kong, but once again, like I win the first game. And it's just like, here we are. Like, once it starts flowing, like I can't stop. Like, I lost one game, and it was pretty rough, and I just didn't switch. I just kept going. Like, and who else did I play? I played Big Boss. That one was a bit awkward and sloppy, but
It's good.
yeah. I thought his stage picks were. He picked Town and City at one point, which I thought was a good pick. I think that set was 3-1. And then I had to play, I think, Shuton again at some point in that bracket. But once again, it felt like I just had a good bracket for these events, like lots of winning matchups. But by the time I got to top 8, it's like, okay, now you got to play against what everyone else has to deal with. I went up 2-0 on Onin, and I think I got ahead of myself a bit with the aggression. Like I said, like finding the balance between it is hard in that matchup. It's really important to like bully the Steve as much as you can, but you can definitely get ahead of yourself, I think. And yeah, I just wasn't dealing with the walls as well as I was, and you know, there's more walls, like the more the set goes on, and
Stronger walls, more walls.
the plan was to switch to Sephiroth if I lost a game. But I didn't expect to go up 2-0. So when
Yeah,
you're
that's
up
fair.
2-0 and you lose that game,
Yeah, you go back.
you
yeah,
just go back.
You're
Especially
not
if
gonna
game 3 was
switch-
like close and stuff.
You're
right?
not gonna switch game 5. Like,
But I genuinely think I probably would have won if I just switched after it was 2-1. Because if Sephiroth has 2 games to work with, I feel pretty decent. But whatever.
you would have gone back to Diddy Kong if you lost game 4. It's fine.
Yeah, that's also possible. Genuinely. I mean, Onin went on to win the tournament. So
Yeah, congrats to them.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I didn't
they
see grand finals, but I think it was 3-0. So like, and I played
Oh,
Spargo, which was a pretty crazy set.
Dude.
Well, I was waiting to play the winner of Paris and Spargo, and Spargo picks Plant game 1. And the situation just kept getting more and more ridiculous as I was spectating it, that I just stopped watching. I was just like, this is so fucking stupid. Like waiting to play the winner of like whatever the fuck that was just like
Holy shit.
so funny.
Do you think he would go Plant against you after that? Were you like, wait, is this gonna keep going or what?
I didn't think so, but I wasn't
Yeah.
positive.
Yeah, which is interesting.
I think he like knew or like probably thought about this being like the last time that y'all play potentially in this game, and then
If anyone was gonna think about it, I think it was him.
yeah.
I think I didn't think about it like that. Because that's the thing. A lot of my friends during this trip, notably Paris, doesn't believe me. Just straight up refused to believe me. Not that I like talked to him a million times that I was like done playing, but he just kept saying like, "Oh, see you at this event, see you at this event." I'm like, I don't know what this guy's fucking problem is, but
That's just talking to Paris, though.
but yeah,
There's nothing bad
Spargo
at the subject.
definitely like if anyone was thinking about it, it's him. He's the best.
Yep.
We had a good set. Game one, I like 0-to-death him and lost, and I was like, all right, I lose this set for sure. I genuinely thought that, and I was like, that's fine. I guess I lose. And then game two, I'm about to win again, and he puts me off stage, and the barrel thing happened, and I
Yeah.
did it on purpose, but it's still like very lucky and fortunate. Like I'm still like trying to, like I know it's my only chance.
It was
Yeah,
your
'cause
only
that
out.
was-
You went for it, but
yeah.
it actually worked, and you're like, "What? That actually
Yeah,
worked."
because
Like,
you had died to it that limit cross slash earlier. And
Yeah.
you said, yeah. So you're probably
So
like,
since
oh,
we're
it's
on the left
coming
side of the
again.
stage, especially, like it's more likely to work for me.
yeah, because the barrels can only go or clockwise.
Yeah, you just hold
And-
right and pray, and it worked. The only game that was like really good was like game 5 for me. I kind of just won the whole time. Yeah, I don't know. That matchup's good, but he's always made it hard because he plays so fast and oppressive. But I think overall I showed like why Diddy Kong can do well in that matchup. But it's kind of like playing Paris, where they just put pressure on you and it kind of makes you play worse. But yeah, and then I played Sonic's, and Sonic's game plan was. This is gonna sound silly, but Sonic's game plan was actually really different this time around. And it was really good. I think it's really good because obviously Sonic's is willing to time people out and he plays really defensive and whatnot. But the way he was doing it was very deliberate, especially in the matchup, because he was letting me have the lead until the game was getting to timeout territory, and he was taking advantage of like Sonic being a bit more like explosive. So he would wait and wait and wait. And he's losing for like 5+ minutes, and then get an opportunity, take it, and then there's no time left for me to even get the game back. So that was like really, really good strategy because it means like the game starts to boil down to like one or two things, and then Sonic can kind of just like out character Diddy Kong. But if it's like spread out across more interactions, Diddy Kong is more likely to win. But he was just waiting and waiting for his opportunity while having like a slight deficit, and he'd take the lead, and then there's less than a minute left, so I can't do anything. So that was like really good, especially the way he ended the set. It was like that. I was just waiting for something. Like he's just waiting and waiting and waiting. I have the lead. I'm controlling center. He gets an opportunity, plays really explosive, gets the kill, get like an edge guard, and then there's nothing you can do. So he was locked in. Like he was trying to like win the whole tournament.
He was locked in.
Yeah, like he was trying to win the whole fucking thing. So I left the venue knowing Gluto was fucked.
Yeah.
Even Sonic, bro. It's just
Like I don't
not-
care how the winner set went. Like shouts to Gluto, he's like my favorite player ever. And he played the matchup really well in winners, despite Sonic's clearly being tilted out of his mind. But I knew Sonic's like Gluto had no fucking chance. It was gonna be Onin Sonic's, guaranteed. Still haven't watched the set, don't care. But Onin winning 3-0 is like pretty crazy, just because I just said that like Sonic's was locked in. So, but I do think Onin's defense from like game 1 is probably the best out of all the Steves. Like the whole like game 5 Steve thing where they start camping. Onin is locked in from game 1 sometimes.
Oh yeah.
So I think if you're playing against Sonics, that's pretty good. To like kind of have that style.
I didn't know this game.
That's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, and that was pretty much it. Kind of a bittersweet trip, but still like a solid one. I got fourth in both events. Technically beating Shuton's a run back. Apparently it's been a long time since I beat Spargo, so that's cool.
Tara, was that the last time?
Probably. I don't. It's been a couple years, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I think it was a good trip. Had lots of good food. Brought back a couple trinkets for B. I don't know. I'm just glad to be home, and still figuring out what I'm doing next. I don't know.
I'm glad you
Yeah.
went because you were
Oh, I was about to just not go. Like, I was this close to just not going.
bro. I'm telling you, you would have been 5 years from now. What the? Why didn't I go? Like,
Oh, I would have did the whole like if I win, I would have won.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't have been far off. Like, you wouldn't have been far off.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, watching the you versus Acola when I saw the set, I was like,
that's
winner of this
every
one's
set with
determined.
Acola I've ever had.
No, but I'm
Except
saying
like
when I
one.
saw the set,
Except like one set.
when I saw the set, I was like, the winner of this is going to win the tournament.
Oh,
like,
I
it's
see.
it, you
It
know what I
felt
mean?
like
Like
that,
it
yeah.
felt like that set felt like that.
Yeah,
So,
dude,
it,
the set that blew my mind in top 8 was actually Dormigi Gluto. God damn.
Bro,
the character diff
it
was
so fat.
insane.
Bro,
I heavily disagree with going Battlefield all
Thank
3
you.
fucking games. What are we doing? What are we doing?
dude, I was on the stream where we're watching
You're
it,
malding, bro.
and I'm just like, why are
That
we on
matchup
Battlefield?
isn't that bad. It's not that bad.
Why are we on Battle? Like, I don't
even know if it's bad, period, actually.
I don't even understand. Like, it's
Gluto kind of has that thing where if he
it's impossible.
Gluto does struggle if he like knows nothing about a matchup.
Yeah.
Like Kazuya was like that for a little bit.
And I was like, dude, the last time they played it was not close, man. Like, and
I've never even seen them play before.
it was not
Wario is not supposed to just like die that frequently. Like, it's not supposed to be like that. Like, it's not. But
I mean, same thing goes with Rob, and I saw Dormigi versus Zamba, and
yeah,
I'm just like, Binman looks like a character that can
Dormigi
make.
is pretty ruthless, bro. He's pretty ruthless.
Yes,
That's a good
Dormigi's
word,
just
yeah.
like, I don't care how good your recovery is and how bad mine is. I'm out here, and I'm trying to kill you
Yeah.
at 0. Like,
He's trying to
I
kill
don't
you,
gaff.
my
Like,
God.
because there was just no chance I was playing Gluto instead of Dormigi, bro. Like,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. That said, I'm very impressed that Gluto got top 8 at both events.
With Wario,
Definitely.
in
And his
2025.
Coolon, like, he's just so.
Bro.
It really shows like how, like the benefits of like just sticking to this for so many years, like sticking to the game plan. And like even the Link thing, like he's still very deliberate. Like he has a plan. Like I don't know, he's just the best, dude. Like watching him take that set off Sonics and Winners is like, this isn't like a fluke. Like in the sense of like the dash attacks he was getting on the spin. Like as a Wario fan, my whole life, like you can see when he's making changes and like he's trying to fucking win these hard matches, bro. And he hasn't lost to me in like 30 years. Like
That is crazy to me.
he just 3-0s him now.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Uh,
I just don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know. And I'm glad for so many years I was able to do that kind of thing for once. Not the same, but really lock in a character for like a significant amount of the time, like one character. Obviously, I've bounced around a million times. A lot of people have, but that's one of the cool things about my experience with Diddy Kong and Ultimate. I got to feel like someone I never got to feel like before.
True.
And that
Yeah, the solo main. You
I think
finally
that's something
had your
about
solo main mark.
yeah, like something about Kagaribi and Kowloon where like it's just too hard to pick someone else. Like you wait all these years to like do a trip this special, like you put all this effort in, like I'm just gonna try to. So many people helped me with the character over the years. I put so much effort into the character over the years myself. Like I've met a lot of people because of Diddy Kong. Like a lot of like Aaron's like one of my best friends I've ever met now. Like I've always been friends with him, but something like Diddy Kong just makes it even better. So I don't know. Like when you're at a tournament like Kagaribi, I think you're gonna pick like what your heart tells you. You're not gonna like be a robot that just like counter picks, and like you're gonna pick your best. Like I think that's why I did that, especially for Kowloon. Like
Yeah.
it's Steve and all that stuff, but like I'm picking
Close it out
Diddy
with
Kong.
Diddy, bro.
You
Close
might as
out
well.
your.
Like, bro, what are you gonna do? Go Sephiroth and then like lose, and it's like, dude, is that really what I did? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, goddamn.
Yeah.
Don't pick the brawl character and lose. Just play.
I
pick
love,
an ultimate.
and you know,
Brawl Ike. He's Brawl Ike.
especially on this podcast, I'm your Sephiroth's strongest soldier, is what I'll say, and in general, because I do enjoy. You don't think so, Marcus?
All good. Nope.
You don't think so?
Dang, man.
You more than me?
He is a fan. He is a fan.
Dude, I don't know. I was there
I
whenever.
think we're all
this thing
fans of
dropped.
the
I was
Sephiroth,
like,
but I would rather see. you play
Charles
better
is the
characters.
least fan.
Oh yeah, Charles
definitely
is.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm more of a
Okay.
fan of the Dove than the Seph. Yes.
Not me. That character's cool as hell.
Oh shit. Sending the L's with Sephiroth.
Yeah, at least you look cool.
And I just want one clip,
Debatable.
Gavin. Just one clip. Go crazy on one side.
Yeah, not the playstyle. The character himself, though.
But yeah,
But yeah.
it was a good trip. But like I said, the getting home was brutal, but I'm glad to be home.
Yes, sir.
It was the Switch 2 time skip. Now we're like 2 weeks away. So
Hey, we talked about this before you went on the trip. After you get back from the trip, it'll be really close. And
yeah,
again, great. It was a great tournament breakdown, Gavin. Shout outs to both the Steve players getting first. It was Acola.
yeah, that's true.
I didn't even
and
think about
Onin.
that.
I haven't thought about that
Yeah.
either. Yeah,
It did.
Yeah, I mean, good stuff to them.
I mean North
winning.
America in general doing well at Kowloon.
Kowloon, yeah. I was gonna say Kagaribi.
Not
What do you
a
mean?
Kagaribi.
Wrath made top 8, man.
Wrath goat, true?
Wrath
Wrath
just
should have.
that's kind of like what Wrath
Uh,
does. Like
Yep.
he just no sweat in top 8. Like
I
That's
really
my
wanted to
thread.
see Wrath beat Raru. I was so
Yeah.
certain.
dude,
I was so certain.
I
I was
was
like, if
watching
there's
that
any
set.
Sonic player that can do this, it's gonna be Wrath. Like Wrath is
Wrath.
gonna just like not get caught by this Luigi, time
He
him
got
out every
caught
single
every
time.
time.
He did.
And I was just like,
he got
what?
caught. He got caught.
There was,
It-
I will say, I saw like 2 to 3 like Wrath just got straight up unlucky interactions, and I was like, dang, I usually don't
yeah,
feel
it was
sorry for Sonic players, but like,
shit.
yeah, I was just like, man, like,
Yeah.
it just sucks to see an NA player get that unlucky at
that
you
set
know,
was rough
Well-
because like it was like the down throw up Bs at the earliest possible
Yeah.
percent.
Yeah.
and, like,
You could say unlucky, but I think
when
Wrath
you're
got
not
the
reaching
best-
100 ever.
Did have a very good.
He
bracket.
got the best hand he could have gotten dealt. Riddles beating
Spargo.
Riddles beating Spargo
true,
and going
true.
and having an amazing also final tournament. And he had Ashimo too, which is just a really he plays Jazo every week, twice a week or whatever. They're close, like really good play. And then he had to play against Tai K. Pretty sure he's great at the Sonic Ditto. He 3-0'd. Like it was his bracket to lose, and I'm really happy he didn't because we, like you said, Gavin, another day in the office for him. Where he just
That sucks so bad when I've had so many brackets like that where it's like your bracket to lose and
then you just do.
you don't capitalize enough or something. And
He crushed it. He did great, and he made top 8 winner side. It's hard to knock anything out.
True.
Uh,
Knocking
Jeez.
anything out. All good.
You can't complain. Huh?
oh, he's
All
back.
good. Oh,
Did I
I'm
just
back.
what happened?
you lagged a little
All
bit.
good.
It's all good.
The
Happens.
heck?
Little lag.
I said it would have been nice to see Wrath do a little more in top 8, but you can't get winner
Yeah.
side top 8 is insane.
At that,
got
dude,
there.
I don't
It's all
think
good.
like people are just so asleep. I'm not even sure if Gavin's like really recognized making winners side top 8 at that event. Like that event was hard
As fuck.
Everything happened so fast that you're just
like you were just kind of
Yeah.
there, like
You were
in winners
the
top
only
8.
survivor. You and Raph were just surviving, bro.
It was crazy too. Yeah, I don't know. Do you know that we live streamed it by the way, Gavin? Like TK and like
yeah,
some of the phone
I
guys?
just
Okay.
could, my service was so wonky
Oh.
all trip.
I mean, you had to.
We did
focus
not
on
expect you to
playing,
watch
bro.
us. I just didn't know if you even knew that.
I turned on
happened.
the stream at some point while I was like not
Oh,
in the venue.
did you see me sleeping on TK stream?
I remember seeing you at one point, kind of just like
Damn it!
Dead.
just like laying
Oh, that was right before he fell asleep.
I fell
That was
asleep.
before he fell
laying in your
asleep.
chair, kind of just like.
I got a
slumped.
blankie, dude. I was comfy. It was good.
I
It was
don't
like 3 in the
blame you.
morning. I had to get up in 3 hours. I was
Well,
ready
yeah.
to go.
Like B's working and like Tiny like
Yep.
was exhausting for her to deal with because she had to take her to the vet and everything. Like so, B missed everything too. Like it's hard to
Oh,
blame her. Like
Time zone diff was tough.
Yeah, it's just too much.
But yeah, we had a lot of fun, and it was seriously like around that top 200 area. It was just messages from chat as to like what's happening, what live streams do we need to go to, like who's hand cam. But it was very cool. It was like a very active event where every set, even round one pools at some points, felt really exciting, to be honest, which I can't even remember the last time we said that.
The coaching added like a viewership dynamic to it. Like
we talked about that. Yeah.
Fun.
We're all fans of coaching, obviously. Yeah, I think it's cool. Quick though, obviously. It's a long game.
Oh yeah.
So it's tough.
Yeah, it was a good trip. I'm sure more people want me to talk about like the fact that I'm not playing Ultimate in tournaments.
Yeah, what the fuck are you gonna do now?
Huh? Golly.
I'm having a hard time like saying it on the show because I'm still kind of figuring out everything myself privately. So like, how am I supposed to like put it into words publicly? But yeah, stick around. Maybe I'll be able to explain myself better next time.
I mean, you're still you got back from your trip. You're
I just got home. Like my thing was like I just need to get home.
You're stabilizing right now.
I just need to get home and then I'll figure it out.
Yeah. Y'all noticed we didn't record last week. It was because we didn't want to do another episode without Gavin because it's like, well, what are we gonna like? Obviously, what you guys are
going to speculate some more about his retirement. Like,
send Charles about Steve for the third time in a row.
No, please comments. Don't roast me. I won't say the name anymore.
Gavin, before we go though, a lot of people, there have been a lot of great posts about you actually that I've really enjoyed seeing. Got me a little emotional seeing some of them. And people specifically talking about the podcast, which really got me. And some people calling it their comfort show and shit. I was like, damn, like I never. Sometimes we just do with it. I'm sure you understand this, Gavin, and all three of you do. But it's like you kind of just do something, you forget like the ripple effect or like the magnitude of it because we just come here to hang out and talk about Smash and have a good time. But it was really cool to see the impact you've had over so many years and how many people you've inspired. Like so many young, obviously we know about the big ones like Spargo, but there's more, 2 tours, 3 tours, I'm sure saw you play and then picked up the 6 themselves. So I don't know. It was a big week. It was emotional. There was a lot going on there.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm grateful to everyone. This podcast has been something special. It was kind of just something we did over COVID because Charles was like, Gavin, you should do something with your YouTube channel.
I always be pestering Gavin, whether it be in the game or like, hey man, like, that content thing. That's like, I would always tell you this. I would always tell you that your content is your retirement plan, right?
Yes.
So, hey, it's time to activate.
So, I mean, even shouts to little things like the people that I recognize from my stream all these years that are kind of just there for me and like not anything specific like Smash. Like shouts to like all those people, all my supporters, and it just kind of puts things into perspective. I saw like a lot of the support. That was the other thing too. When I made that first post, I don't know what I expected, but I didn't expect the chaos, not chaos, but like all the interactions on social media. I guess I'm not used to posting too much. But yeah, it was a lot of support. It was overwhelming. Thank you. Something I've been realizing is like just how fast everything flies by. Like I've been doing this really long. It feels like it hasn't been that long, but it has.
Bro, I met you. You look you were. I think you were like skipping high school or something like that. When I met you.
Yeah, towards the end, I was skipping a lot for Smash.
Hey, stay in school. We don't.
Yeah,
we do not condone that. No,
please don't do that.
I wouldn't recommend it. Yeah, it's crazy. B like cleaned up my trophy case and sent it to me, and it was that was a big like, just perspective thing. Yeah. So I posted that. I felt like I was telling her, I was like, I want to say something more official. That it isn't like that. Like I am stopping and like letting people know. And I thought I was like, I can't think of any words. She's like, it's all right. You don't really have to say anything specific. So I just posted the trophy case and it's like, yeah, thanks. That's pretty much it. I wasn't sure about the podcast and streaming, but now that I'm home, like I'm comfortable with. I would like to continue it. I'm not against like a watch party or anything. People really like those. So
Whew, we're still in it, boys.
We're employed, guys. All right.
Woo. Let's go.
Let's go.
yeah, I really appreciate, because when I got into this game, like I didn't really know what I was doing with my life. I kind of just got into it. Things happened really fast. I was really into like the art aspect of it, combo videos, and there's a lot of people that just made cool stuff. And I was really young, and I wanted to do the same. And it kind of translated into being like a really fierce competitor, in my own weird way. And yeah, just time flies by. I did a lot of crazy stuff, and I don't even know what to say. Just thank you very much. I don't think I'm done permanently.
Bro, you're not done.
You better not be, you
Permanently.
motherfucker. What the heck?
I want to play the
Really?
next game like really badly.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping it lines up like well with when I feel like I'm ready again. I'm hoping it just works out naturally. I would like to do a lot of stuff that I haven't had the time and energy for while I was actively traveling and competing. And I'm just hoping it all kind of works out. I don't know how soon or how late the next game will happen. I'm 27 now, so I don't know how long
Bro.
I'll be competing.
Don't ever say your age ever
I'm-
again.
I'm
Jesus
about
Christ.
to I'm about to turn into one of those. You might do it too. Turn into one of those Japanese salarymen. Like show up at some events. Like it just depends on what your goals are,
Yeah.
man. Like if you're sitting,
It's time
here,
for me to put the fries in the bag, bro.
Yeah, like if you want to play the next game because you love the game and you love competing, which, well, at least you love competing, that much is known to be true. But I don't know
Yeah.
if you'll love the next game. Like you don't have to want to be the best player in the world, even though it's like hard to break that feeling. It could just be something that you do because you enjoy it. And there's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that.
Yeah, we'll see. Like I said, like I'm hoping to have a lot of time to figure stuff out, work on some things I never got a chance to. Yeah, the last couple streams have been really nice. A lot of supportive people, a lot of chill vibes. I did play a little Smash. I played like one time since I got home. Yeah, I also am just looking forward to supporting the people close to me that are still playing. And I'm really looking forward to Bonanza. I really want to speedrun that game. I really want to see like what I'm capable of trying to like do something like that. We'll see.
Bro, lock in.
Yeah, so expect a lot of streams.
Hey,
from
the
that
next
kind of-
journey
You did-
announced Bonanza speedrunning.
You
Yeah.
did lock in for Super Mario RPG speedrunning, so if you like a game enough, you're definitely capable of. It
Yeah.
fits into your wheelhouse too. I feel like there's so much specific niche tech in speedruns,
Yeah.
and if you like the game enough, I feel like you did well in Super Mario RPG. So
Define well.
well enough.
I didn't take it bad seriously.
I mean,
It
if you
kinda-
like Mario Kart enough too, you could stream Mario Kart. I don't know if that's a game you would rather not stream or not,
That's
but I know
fun.
you want to play
we'll
it.
see.
and you're
I think
interested in
everyone
it.
will stream it at least once or
The
twice.
Mario Kart
Yeah.
crash outs would be hilarious.
Oh, I'm
but,
definitely crashing
Oh, it's
out.
yeah. That's tough. That's tough.
Charles be crashing out on that game too.
Oh, I'm sure.
Don't
I don't play
chip
Mario
blame
Kart
here.
or
Don't
Mario
chip blame
Kart.
here.
Yeah.
I don't rage when I play video games. I
You
keep it
raged at me
all
in
under
Mario
control.
Tennis, bro.
I
Get the
remember that.
fuck
That
out
was
of the
good.
way.
That
Oh,
was
fuck.
good. That was good. You
I
were
was-
in the way though, to be fair.
I was trolling the shit out of him. Yeah. Yeah. We're almost at episode 200. I don't know what we'll be doing when we get there, but thank you for supporting everything over the years. Yeah, I don't know how to end this. Can someone help?
You got it, Gav.
Bro,
Thanks
I
for
believe in you.
that.
GG's.
You did great, man. Yeah, of course. Too much to thank you for, I think, between the three of us and all the viewers and everything. Thanks, everyone. And really happy the show is going to continue. So we'll be back next week, probably, as long as everyone's here. And I'm excited, Gav, because maybe we can go to an event and just hang out where you don't need to be in competitor mode. I
Yes.
have my eyes on Kagaribi in the fall. That's all. I'm
I
saying.
thought we were talking about Smash Con. Man.
Another 30-hour trip.
I am
You just got back, I know. I'm just
Yeah,
Put it
maybe
out there in the universe. That's all
Yeah.
I'm doing.
maybe
Or
when
we
we're
could
closer, it'll
stay-
be more appetizing.
Stay
Or
a
we go to
little more-
Universal in Florida and check out the Donkey Kong area. Oh,
That's
see,
also a
now
great
that's
idea.
a trip
But
that I would have
now,
to fly
what
on
you're
a
gonna
plane for
see,
6 months.
Gav, your weekends open up so much when there's not Smash every weekend.
Ooh,
we
wait.
could just do other things.
Yeah, the last couple
Competing in
days,
Yu-Gi-Oh?
I think so, but I'm not positive. I'm like wishy-washy
Possible.
on it right now.
Okay, okay.
I still
Nice.
really love it.
Not
I think
nice.
the meta right now is kind of whack, though.
Isn't it
Well,
always?
Modern is
Yes,
just
but
whack.
like I don't like this one.
I see. Oh,
I'm not-
I get it.
I don't want
actually.
to participate in the whackness. I usually just participate.
Yes.
I don't want to be a part. But yeah, the last few days have been
What was
weird.
the
'cause-
random Yu-Gi-Oh player you met at Level Up?
Lovely.
Remember? You a top modern Yu-Gi-Oh player? I like sent you the picture and you're like, "Oh yeah, it's this person."
Oh yeah, we met Triff.
Triff, there we go.
Yeah, I'm a
How'd you like
fan
that?
of
Yeah, you're a fan.
a lot of
You
his
were
content and stuff.
you're
He's
geeking out
helped
when
me-
I sent you the picture.
He's helped me get a lot better at Yu-Gi-Oh, and he's really good. So,
Nice. Nice.
yeah, I forget what I was gonna say. Oh, so I do this thing where when I'm like finishing a tournament or not in tournament, I like think super far ahead to like what I'm gonna do in game and in brackets and against all these players, and I keep doing that even though I'm not gonna play, and it's been very difficult. Like even after Kowloon, I was like, oh, if I play this player like Onin or Sonics, I'm gonna do this and that, and like that's how I'm gonna win next time. And I was like, wait, why am I doing this?
GG's.
It's been really weird. Like the last few days, like I have a lot of extra downtime where I'm like, don't know what to do with myself. I keep bothering Haz to like hang it out, and I feel bad.
Bro, I'm working.
But yeah, I mean, I'm doing a lot of extra like exercise and reading and just being like an old man. I don't know. But I'm sure I'll figure out where to fill the void because it's been a little weird already.
Are you gonna continue coaching on Metafy? Because I think coaching is something that you enjoy doing, and I don't know if you want to.
I
Continue
wasn't
doing that.
sure, kind of like the rest of everything. I wasn't
Okay,
I
still
wasn't
thinking.
sure, but for now it is open. I do have a couple things already lined up. So if anyone is interested, if you want to improve at Smash, I'm still open to doing Metafy. I'm pretty proud of my coaching abilities. I've done like hundreds and hundreds of lessons over the years. So if anyone is interested, I am available. I do already have a thing lined up over the next like week and a half. So
And
yeah.
you got more time now, so hey.
for
more
now it
openings.
is open. Yeah, the coaching is still open. I don't know how long that will be the case, but it is still open for now.
Yeah, I'm glad it. As someone who's coached you, seeing you enjoy coaching and being as good as you are, it's very.
Yeah, I
refreshing.
didn't expect to like it, but
That is cool to hear.
yeah.
And you're also talking to three guys who went through a pretty similar process and trying to figure out how to fit Smash into your life in a different way. So obviously, you've already been talking to, I assume, all of us about this. But yeah, just it's still great. Like it's still like the best thing. Smash is still the best thing ever. It's just where does it fit now? That's the question, right?
Yeah.
It is.
You're
Smash is
officially
the
a
best
Smash
thing
unk.
ever. I don't care.
It's up there.
Smash Unk, baby.
Exactly.
Depends
Well,
on-
relatively, Marcus. That's a good point.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I'm like Pokemon's better, but
That's another thing too. I kind of want to clarify that because I think a lot of people are like speaking for me. They'll be like, "Oh my gosh, we didn't ban Steve, and now Tweek is quitting."
Oh,
True,
please,
yes, that's right.
Yes, yes,
That's
please.
what Charles said on the podcast. That's why
No,
they're
I did
confused.
not say that. Oh,
Just
all the
kidding.
hate comments are coming at
I'm
me.
just
oh my
kidding,
God.
chat.
The state of the game has nothing to do with it. Maybe like very little, like less than 1%. Like I've been talking about stopping for like 2 or 3 years, so something like that, maybe 2. I don't know. It's been a while of considering it. It's not the game. It's all personal, private. It's all me. I don't hate Steve players. Like I don't want to quit because of a certain character or like the meta. Like I might not like. It's just not that. It's not. So it is upsetting when people are like, "Oh, like Tweek is quitting because X player plays a certain way," or like Steve. Like I'm a competitor and like I'm not like that. Like I'm not like
Never been that.
it's never been that. So yeah, it's offensive because it's not only is it like putting words in my mouth, it's also like, do you think I'm like that much of like a simple-minded human that I'm like quitting my whole job because of Steve Minecraft? Like, are you serious? Like, there's more depth to my human than that. So yeah, I guess that about wraps it up. This is probably a long episode. We will be working on Patreon content. We're recording this on Monday, so we still have time to figure out what our bonus content is.
And I uploaded some previous Patreon content from 2023.
Yeah,
when
I watched that.
Yeah,
it is crazy how it's 2025 now. A lot was added to that trophy case.
Yeah,
Between
yeah.
2023
Hey,
and
we might have to do another
2025.
one.
Bro.
Yeah, maybe a final trophy case video because we did one in
Oh, yeah.
2023. Yeah.
Not a lot, but
Ooh.
enough to make it look significantly different.
You know what I'll do for you, Gavin? I'll let you borrow my Smashy for that video. Put it in the trophy case.
Oh, put it on the trophy. Nice,
Yep.
nice.
Right next to, you know, whatever your
good.
favorite trophies are. Put it in there somewhere.
I need to decide what my favorite trophy even is. I don't know. You know, okay. Before we go, I'm going to admit something very embarrassing.
Yes. Excellent.
So I've had a lot of ups and downs mentally throughout Smash, a lot of low points. And a long time ago, I won a Momocon for Smash 4. And it was a big trophy, huge trophy, with like a GameCube controller on top of it. In a low point in my life, I broke that trophy in a fit of rage. And I want to apologize. And that trophy case would have been so much cooler if I still had that trophy. Yeah.
Let's talk to PB this weekend, Charles. See if we can get him a new one.
No.
Look it up, PBs.
Yeah, the replacement.
Yeah,
What
you don't
year was it,
deserve,
by the
you
way?
know.
There's a really cool picture of me with that trophy that my parents really liked at the time. So at least I still have that. But
Yeah, picture, yeah.
Yeah, I was such a dumbass. Holy shit.
Hey,
True.
bro.
It's part of
Yeah.
growing up, man. It is what it is.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah.
Teenager Gavin, whatever.
We've all been there.
Yeah, I think I mean we've been going on for a while, but next week I would like us to talk about maybe some of our favorite moments of Gavin's career and stuff like that. But I do think this episode's been quite a bit, so we'll just go over it next week.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Could just be the Patreon content.
Have a good one.
We could do it next week as well. See you.
Bye.